B. Jordan.
Okay, what's up? It's your boy Sadie B. We're on another episode of Live Positive TV. I put out on my story, what are some things that you want me to talk about on my YouTube channel? And somebody said, what are some adjustments that I have moving here to Iceland? First thing that comes to mind about Iceland is the weather. That was like the hardest thing to deal with. I'm from Georgia, warm, hot climate. Coming here during the winter time, it's freezing, it's windy, it's snowing, and it's dark. I mean, so dark where I don't want to do anything. I don't want to leave the house. I just want to stay at home all day, wrapped up in the blankets, turn on something on Netflix, Prime Video, whatever, YouTube, drink some tea, drink some coffee, and not go anywhere. Call up some takeout, whatever, and just stay at the house. On the flip side, the summertime, it's nice, but the sun beaming into my house while I'm trying to go to sleep is another thing that gets on my nerves. And then it's like annoying how like you can be in the hot sun and then you go into the shade and it's freezing when you're walking downtown. So the weather is absolutely one of the biggest things that I have to get used to. Of course, the next thing that comes to mind is the language. Top 10, one of the hardest languages to learn here in Iceland. Although about 90 to 98 or something like that, I can't really remember the numbers, of people speak English here in Iceland. So that's also really nice. But there's times where like people are having a conversation. I don't know what they're saying. Sometimes people are saying stuff in the group chat. I don't know what they're saying. Yeah, most people just say, learn the language. Top 10 hardest language. Not that easy to learn. Icelandic language is difficult and it's hard to understand. But again, it's nice that a lot of people can speak English. So that's not something I really have to worry about too much. The next other thing that comes to my mind is food options. I'm from America. We have food everywhere. That's why we're the #1 obese country in the world. I hate that I can't go to a certain restaurant. And, you know, I might have to go to the same KFC, the same different places like that to eat all the time. And in America, you know, we have McDonald's, Zaxby's, Chick-fil-A, Subway, all these different places, Panda Express, Bojangles, Chipotle, Krispy Kreme, Dunkin' Donuts, all these different variety places where you can go eat. And one of the biggest things that I miss the most is Waffle House. It's nothing more after a late night of partying and having fun and having you a nice all-star breakfast. What I would do for them to have a Waffle House here. I mean, maybe I'll save my money and open up a Waffle House here. I miss it so much. So yeah, the food options are hard. It's difficult. But it's also nice because it also makes you have to cook more in the house. So that's also a nice thing, but I'm American, I'm a fatty, I want to eat. Next thing that's like difficult for me to adjust to is the cultural difference. Icelanders are very laid back people and they're calm and collective. They always joke about in America about black people being late. Here in Iceland, Icelanders are always late to places. I mean, I go to work and sometimes I'm late because I have to drop off my kids. And I might be 10 minutes, 5 minutes late and I feel bad. And there's people coming in later and I'm like, what's going on? You know, sometimes practices are supposed to start at a certain time and then the coach is walking in 2 minutes later. But that's not just my club, that's like everywhere. That's just how it is here in Iceland, where people like to take their time and start doing stuff. I'm a very emotional person and sometimes I want to be aggressive and to get my point across. And sometimes people are like, hey, no, we don't do that here. You have to keep it calm, collective. But hey, that's just how it is. Maybe it's a good thing for me to be here so I can control my emotions. The next thing, and probably the biggest thing that's hard for me to adjust to, is the holidays. I mean, Thanksgiving and Christmas are like my favorite holidays because I love eating with my family. I'm thankful that my wife and her family, they like to gather together and have dinners on Thanksgiving, not for me, and also for we do it as obviously Christmas, but there's nothing like being like with my mom, my uncles, my cousins, laughing about old stories, old jokes, having some of our own dishes that we have, eating, stuff like that. I mean, of course, I miss those things, laughing, having jokes. I get really, really sad sometimes, and sometimes you feel like a loner because you're not around your people. Like my wife will sometimes get on to me and say that I talk different when I'm on the phone with somebody back home. She says, you talk different. It's because I'm talking to my people. I'm talking to how I want to talk, blah, 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 and stuff like that. And yeah. And another big thing that I miss with like family and friends is going to watch football, and I mean American football, going to watch a football game at a friend's house, at the bar, or somewhere like that, It's like a huge thing in America to have like these big like tailgates and stuff like that at the games, at the stadiums and stuff like that. Of course, I could, go do that with some friends here, but it's not the same because it's not that like a cultural thing. It's not like a thing that they do here often. It's growing steadily fast, American football and stuff like that. And a lot of people, they get together and watch the Premier League, soccer, football league, whatever. But, that's not something that I'm really into. I mean, of course I would do it. I've done it before with some friends, but, I just miss hanging out, watching, basketball. Like, for example, March Madness is going on. I'd definitely be at a friend's house or at a bar watching all the games going on. So that's something I really miss. The last and final thing is not just a foreigner moving into another country. This is just a life thing. Before, I missed the first 2.5 years of my son's life. I was young, I was dumb, I was immature. I can admit to that. I can be a man and own to my mistakes. So coming to another whole country and having a little one depend on me was like one of the biggest adjustments. I mean, before I could go out when I wanted to, I could sleep whenever I want, I could spend my money how I want to, but now I have to, take care of this little child and actually have another child, and I have to put my focus on putting them first to make sure that they're okay and taken care of. And of course, being a husband, me and my wife, we talk about, we never really got the chance of like just being like us two before we had children. So we're still learning each other, and different habits of things of just living with somebody that, for the first time. A lot of people, they can be in a relationship with somebody, but living with somebody is another thing. But we're going on about to be married for 4 years, and every day we're learning. Every day we're getting better at this relationship, and it's nice. So I mean, there are some things to get used to and trying to adjust to here in Iceland. But honestly, from my experience, everybody here is so nice and so friendly and laid back and cool, and they know about like the American culture. It's not that hard to adjust living here in Iceland. I mean, there's all the things that are extreme, like the weather and like food and stuff like that. But other than that, living here in Iceland is pretty easy and relaxed, and I'm really enjoying it, and I plan on being here for a long, long time. So guys, again, please go subscribe, share, comment. Let me know what you want to hear from me. I got more things to talk about, more things to present, more ideas, and I really hope you guys enjoy the journey that it's going. As always, live life to the fullest with a smile on. And it's your host, Eddie B on Live Positive TV. Peace, love, and chicken peace. I'm out.